right, so you ready this time, right? Okay. Nope, not yet. Dang it, where's Big Mac?
You went to the bathroom.
Ah! All right, let's try again. So, class.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys. Yes. Huh?
You.
No, it says if I want to pause
I'm
it.
about to say no.
Oh man, see? Some people. Anyway, so right here, we're going to do a lesson on parallel and perpendicular lines. It's going to help us when we actually go into the next thing, which actually talks about slopes of lines, equations of lines, all that other amazing stuff. So this is going to be a lesson which is mainly just definitions. Okay, can you identify things? So as we go through and do these, this is going to be page
35.
23 in my notebook. Okay, not 35. Okay, 23. All right, so vocabulary. So parallel, perpendicular lines. Two lines that are parallel if they lie in the same plane and do not intersect. Parallel lines have the same slope also. But we're going to get that in when we talk about equations of lines. Next thing is two lines are perpendicular lines if they intersect to form a right angle. Okay, we'll have examples of that. Two lines are skew if they do not lie in the same plane and do not intersect. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. We have to draw a box to make this one actually looks good example of this one. Two planes are parallel planes if they do not intersect. A line perpendicular to a plane is a line that intersects a plane in a point that is perpendicular to every line in the plane that intersects it. So, basic definitions for a lot of this stuff. So, for example 1 here, it says, identify parallel and perpendicular lines. Now, there's one thing that goes along with this that I know everyone's going to be paying attention to. See these arrows right there?
Yeah.
Those arrows right there signify that those two are parallel to each other. Where's your earbud go? Thank you. I know no one has earbuds in right now, right? Because no one would do that, right? Okay, so those two are parallel. So determine whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So T and U. Line T is right here. It's going this way. And line U goes this way here. So they do intersect, so that can't be parallel, right? Now, if they intersect forming a right angle with this little box right here, is a right angle where they would intersect to create a right angle. That box is a 90-degree angle. That tells me that the two lines that touch that are going to be right angles. But the one that I have right there in here and here, do those ones connect at the right angle? No. No, they don't. So let's see. So I only have 3 options. Is it parallel, perpendicular, or neither? It's going to be neither because it's not parallel, because parallel lines go, okay, here's a good example right here, just like these ones here. Those ones right there, okay, they do not get further apart, they do not get closer together, they never cross. So those ones right there, there we go. So these one is going to be neither. S and T. All right, on S and T, do I have arrows on those two lines?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. They have the same arrows. So sometimes you're going to have a double angle or a double arrow signifying that the two are parallel to each other. So whichever has the same arrows are the same. These are both single arrows, so these two right here are going to be parallel to each other. So S and T are going to be parallel. And the next one's going to be R and U. R and U. Here is line R. Here is line U. And where those two lines intersect, So if they're crossing, that means definitely they're not parallel. So since they intercept right there, and they also have this little box
Is that what? Perpendicular?
perpendicular, they cross, forming a right angle, so that is perpendicular.
Oh, got it checked.
There we go. Perpendicular. Pretty easy, right? Okay. So going through here, a lot of it is just identifying them vocabulary. Skew lines. Okay, definition of skew. It's kind of like what they're not. They're not on the same plane and do not intersect.
Well, where do you see that? Is it two letters? They do not line. Okay. Yeah, they do not line.
And same plane. Now, a plane is a flat surface. I brought in my special cutting board that I made.
Right, I know it.
So this is an example of a plane, the flat surface here, right? So every line and anything I put on this flat surface right here is on the same plane. No matter how I draw it, if I draw it on here, it's all going to be on the same plane. If I have a line that is not on here and is going a completely different direction, then it would be skew. So let's look at this. So determine lines are skew, L and M. L is right here. M is right here. And if you notice, that dot right there signifies that those two lines cross. Those two lines touch right there. So, going back to the definition, they do not lie in the same plane and do not intersect. So, these two, they're not on the same plane, but they do intersect. So this one is not skew. So this first one's not skew.
Not.
Yep, not skew. L and N. So here's L again, and N is going underneath that one.
It's a skew.
That one is going to be skew.
But it's not close.
Okay, it's not intersecting, and since they're going different directions, they're not on the same plane.
Yep.
So they're not on the same plane, and they do not intersect. They do not cross. So these ones are skew. And then the next one is going to be M and N.
Oh, that's not. It's not.
M and N. Let's look. M is here, N is here.
It cross. No.
It looks like they will cross because they're on the same plane, right? They're both on this flat surface right here. They're both on the same plane. And if you notice, they will eventually intersect also. So this actually meets both criterias of not skew.
A little simple.
Mm-hmm. Try not to make it too crazy. Trying. So for this next one, identify relationships in space. Name a plane that appears parallel to plane P. We have plane P is right here. What plane looks like it is parallel to P?
R.
Is it R? R is going this way, isn't it?
Wait.
R is going this way, going sideways. It looks like R is cutting through it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's not going to be parallel. So I think that line right there is Q. This letter right here is a Q. So the one that would go parallel would be this one right here.
Oh, yeah, I can't see it.
All right, next one. Name a line that is perpendicular to R. A line that is perpendicular to R. So the plane is R, which is all of this.
So N.
And what has to happen for it to be perpendicular? What has to happen to be perpendicular? It's going to cross it, right? And it crosses it special. How do they cross it? It's a special type of crossing it. A what? Intersect at a right angle. A right angle. So I'm looking at R, and then it should be crossing at a right angle. So all that's R right there. And it looks like there is a right angle right about here.
There is.
Okay. So what line is that going to be? What line? M. That is going to be line M right there because it identifies the line right there. So this is going to be line M.
Oof, I got it. Shit.
It's a cursive. There we go. 3 lines.
I was about to say, no way you put it in.
I know. It's cursive. I'm not very good at that. Name a line that is skewed to line M. So, skew means that it can't be on the same plane. So, we're looking at M right now, just M. Can't be on the same plane, so it's nothing on that. Okay?
I would say
N. N is going to be it. So, there we go. So, N is going to be going in a different direction. Yep, it's got to be going in a different direction. It can't be parallel to it. So I couldn't say another line going up and down. I'd have to say a line going in this direction. So line N is going to be skewed. Wow, is that super easy? A lot of vocabulary, a lot of, just different type of stuff. Now, to go along with this,
You can take it now?
hold on. So I got your practice here. So I got your practice here. So this is what I want you guys to do for the remainder of this class. You're going to do the 17 questions that have to do with the different types of lines. All right, does that make sense? Everyone's going to make sure they like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Okay, support my channel. Buy stuff at the merch store, right?
Yes, sir.
Buy stuff at the merch store.